Welcome back to another video, my friends, and welcome to a very bookish vlog. In this vlog, I have decided that we are going to do everything bookish. So if you're a book lover, get ready because the next few days are going to be very fun. So we're starting very strong with this video. I'm going to do something that I've been meaning to do. I've been watching other booktubers doing that or having that, and I feel like it is long overdue, and I know that I'm not making sense, so let me show you what I mean. Can anybody guess what I'm about to do? This was my honey jar, but now it's going to become my TBR jar. I'm always saying that I'm not a fast reader, I don't read many books, so I thought that there was no point for me to create a little book jar, TBR book jar for myself, because I would pick like, what, 2 books a month? 3 max. But I feel like lately I have been reading a bit more, and even though I might not use this TBR jar every single month, I feel like it's going to be fun for me to use it at least every once in a while, maybe every couple of months. And I mean, for my personal use, I can use that every single month, and I can just, you know, pick up 1 little piece of paper or 2 little pieces of paper and I'm good to go. But I also think that I would like to start filming videos of my TBR jar, choosing my books for the month. But that is what I'm about to do. So if you have been thinking about creating your own little TBR jar, this is your sign. Even if we are not fast readers, even if we don't read 10 books a month, it is okay. We can still create our little TBR jar and we can use it to just pull out a couple of prompts, or we can use it every other month. I feel like it is very fun. I want to go to Pinterest, find some nice prompts. I have also already wrote down some nice prompts that I have heard other people have in their videos, and then I will start writing my prompts in these little pieces of paper. I have scissors, I have all my necessities here. I also have stickers. I'm thinking about sticking some stickers on my jar to make it more aesthetic. But before we start with all of this, let's make a cup of tea. I feel like drinking a little warm cup of tea. So go ahead and make yourself a cup of tea as well, or a coffee, or a juice, whatever you would like to drink. Just grab a little fun beverage and let's sit down together to create our TBR jars. Let's do it. The only reason why I can drink a warm cup of tea in the middle of the summer is because I have the AC on. But I just love the feeling of the AC being on and me drinking a warm beverage. I feel like warm tea, warm coffee, they're just superior. I definitely prefer them compared to iced beverages. But I mean, if you're out and it's super hot, let's be real, a warm beverage would be hell. Okay, so I have all of my necessities here. I have the notebook that I will write down the prompts that I will be using. I want to create a list first with all the prompts, and then I will start writing them down to these little pieces of paper. I also have my scissors here because I want the paper to be about this size. Of course, we have the most important thing, the jar, and then I also have these stickers that I could use on my jar to make it look a bit prettier and a bit more aesthetic. But I don't know if I want to stick them all around the jar or if I want to stick maybe a few of them just on the lid. What do we think? I wish you could answer. I mean, I love this one with the little plant, and I also love the coffee one with the hearts, but I also really like the roses. I think we should go with either these or these, because these are just not doing it for me at the moment. I just don't feel like these are the perfect stickers for my jar. So with which aesthetic should we go? This aesthetic or this aesthetic? Okay, I think I will go with the roses, and I will stick a few of them just across the jar. Okay, we're all done with the stickers. What do we think? I'm not crazy about it, gonna be honest, but at least the jar has a little something, you know? It has a little something, a little character. She's a romantic soul with her pink roses and flowers and leaves. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Pinterest and I will type reading prompts. Okay, we have a few choices. So we'll go ahead and create my list, and then I will start writing everything down on my little pieces of paper. Alright, let's count how many prompts I have here because I didn't count them. I feel like they're not plenty, and I think that I have seen other people's jars being quite full, and also my jar is already big, so I think that this is going to look really sad. But let's see how many prompts I have. Okay, so we have 14 prompts. Should I tell you the prompts that I wrote down? Why not? Maybe you want to create a jar with me. So, a book set in a different time period. If I fold it once, maybe it's going to look fuller, so we'll fold it only once. A book with a blue cover. I feel like I have a lot of blue covered books, that's why I specifically chose blue. A book with 300 pages or less. Normally the books that I have are more than 300 books, so this should be fun to find. I can kind of see what the paper says, but I'm not gonna look what I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna be like this. So, a book you've been wanting to read for a long time. A romantasy. I mean, I had to. I had to. An enemies to lovers book. I also had to. I mean, come on. These have to be like some of my favorite books. A book with 3 words or more in the title. That should also be fun to find because most books that I have in my TBR, I think they have like 1 word or a couple of words. A book set in a city you've never visited. I don't know why I wrote this down. All of the books that I have are taking place in a city that either doesn't exist or I haven't been to, but I thought that it was fun. A book with gold writing on the cover. I feel like I have a lot of books with gold writing on the cover. A book that everyone has read but you. I'm definitely not going to be the only person who hasn't read that book, but I thought that, you know, some books are really popular and there are plenty of these popular books that I haven't read yet. So, start a new series. So, the first book in a series. A book with a cover that matches your shirt. I thought that was very fun. So I just had to write it down. A book with a beautiful cover. I have plenty of those, so I know that this is going to be easy. And a less popular book, because not all of the books that I own and that I'm planning on buying are going to be BookTok books and hella popular books. So this is going to be my little TBR jar. I love it. Am I officially a book girly now or what? Also random, but I created a TikTok account, but I'm planning on posting only book content there. So if you have a TikTok and you're into books, follow me over there. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to keep that account because I'm really not a TikTok type of person. I prefer YouTube, but I thought that maybe it would be fun to also have a TikTok account that focuses only on books. The sun has started to set because I started filming this vlog a bit later than I normally do. So the plan for the rest of the evening is to, of course, finish up my tea and I will be reading. I'm still in the middle of the tandem read for the Throne of Glass series. I'm just trying to finish these 2 books because I also want to finish Kingdom of Ash. These books are massive, so good luck to me. Okay friends, another day, another book activity. It's finally time to organize my book card. So I have some books that are in my TBR list. These are all of the unread books that I currently own. And then I have some books that I have already read and I kind of want to display them, but I don't currently have a bookshelf. So I feel like displaying them on my book card is a nice idea. I know that I also want to keep my TBR jar on my book card. So honestly, the plan is to have this book card full of books that are unread. But let's start with organizing. I don't have a specific plan. I feel like on the top shelf I want to put the books that I haven't read yet, and then on the lower one to put the books that I have already read but I just want to have them out to look at them because they make me happy. By the way, I just filmed a book haul. I will have it linked down below so you can also check it out. So first of all, I think that Divine Rivals, because it is big, I'm gonna put it first. Then I think I will go with the Folk of Air trilogy. I think we should continue with fantasy books. I will put Powerless next, and then I guess I should do One Dark Window. I also have Once Upon Upon a Broken Heart, so I guess this is also fantasy. I think all the rest are just fiction, romances. I think I will put romance on the second shelf. So I have here Part of Your World and Yours Truly, The 7-Year Slip. I think this is a romance as well. And I guess up here I could add a few more books that are not fantasy, but they're not romance either. So The Nightingale, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. And then I will put The Man I Think I Know and How High We Go in the Dark down here. It's looking very nice so far, but now I feel like it doesn't make sense for me to add the books that I have already read here. And I also have these books here that I feel like I want to donate. Writers and Lovers. I read that once and I gave it 2 stars. Inner Harbor, Home, and Before She Disappeared. All of these just don't sound like books that I would want to read. So I think that I should just donate them because it's a pity for them to sit here when someone else might actually love them and really enjoy them. And I'm planning on going on a secondhand bookstore tomorrow, and I think that they accept book donations, so I think I will take these with me and I will donate them. I feel like in secondhand bookstores you can find some gems. You can find books that are not that popular but are still very, very good. The last time that I was at this secondhand bookstore, all the books that I picked up I loved, so I'm very excited to go back there. So since I will go tomorrow to that bookstore, I think that I will keep these books that I'm going to donate down here. And that is how my book cart is going to look for now. So let's put the cart back into its place. And ideally, I would love to have my bookshelf over here. So I love my book cart. Cannot wait to fill it up even more. And if you don't have a book cart currently, this is your sign to get one. It is just the cutest.
Some time at your own pace, you need to find your way. I know now you'll never change your mind for something that matters to me. You do not know what I have in mind. I packed our bags, we'll be on our way. The night was long as I waited without a sign, 'cause I know what matters.
I am finally back home and it is such a hot day today. I feel like I am melting. I'm pretty sure I look very oily. My makeup is all over the place, but it's fine because that's just summer, you know? If you're gonna go out with makeup on your face, it will just melt off, and that's the reality of things. But I had such a fun day and I got one book at the secondhand bookstore, and that is the book that I chose. It is called The Bed and Breakfast on the Beach by Kat French. This is the first time that I hear about this author. On the cover it says, "Escaping has never been so much fun," so that was very intriguing. I just want to escape and read something summery. I don't know when I will read this because I'm currently trying to finish the Throne of Glass series. If you're watching each and every one of my videos, you're sick of me saying that I'm reading this series, but I am. And it is big, so it takes some time. But after I will be done with Throne of Glass, I'm sure that I will want to read something light, a palette cleanser, something summery maybe, because it is going to be still summer when I will finish with the Throne of Glass series, which I'm not ready to let go. And I hope that I won't get into a book slump, but I thought that this book looked like a good palate cleanser, something nice and fun to read. So let's read the synopsis. A Greek island solves all life's problems, doesn't it? Winnie, Stella, and Frankie have been best friends forever. When their lives unexpectedly unravel, they spontaneously decide to buy a gorgeous bed and breakfast on a remote Greek island. Drenched into hot sun, Villa Valentina is the perfect escape from reality. But when Winnie meets Jesse, their brooding neighbor, she finds that Greece is full of its own complications, not least how attractive he is. Meanwhile, Frankie and Stella are discovering that Villa Valentina has its own secrets, starting with the large supply of gin in the cellar and the arrival of a famous rock band. A band with one very good-looking member who just might distract Frankie from thoughts of her husband. So this sounds like a lot of fun. I don't think that this summer I will be going to any Greek islands, even though the past few years I have been visiting at least one Greek island each summer. But this year is a bit different for me. I have some other priorities. So I guess I can escape through a book and I can visit a Greek island through a book. I have no clue on which island this book will be taking place. I cannot wait to find out. Is it going to be a Greek island that I have been to before? Is it going to be an island that I have never been to before? I cannot wait to find out. But it sounds very fun, lighthearted, like it's going to have also some romance in it. And that's pretty much the only book that really caught my attention. There were so many books in there and I didn't know what to choose. But for a lot of them, I was reading, all the synopses that I could find, but I felt like I was not going to like them. Obviously, I didn't check each and every one of the books that they had in there because there were plenty of them. I will be definitely going back. Also, they did accept my book donations. The stuff there is so nice. I mean, the lady that is there at the cashier. But this was only €2.50. So what? $3? Somewhere around there. So it's very inexpensive. I was also with my mom today and she also got, I think, 3 books. So I'm sure she's already home reading her book. It was such a fun day and I'm really glad that I found this book. I definitely have a lot of other books in mind that I want to buy that are not going to cost $2.50. Definitely not. They're going to be way more expensive. But the plan for now is to just cool off. I have also some chicken in the oven. What else is new? We eat so much chicken in this household. So I just need to cool down. I will wait for the food to get done and I think that I will do an upper body workout. And later I'm just going to take a shower and continue reading Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. By the way, I have been loving these books so much. At the beginning I thought that Tower of Dawn was a bit better, but now Empire of Storms has gotten so good. So I cannot wait to continue with both of these. Okay, I am freshly showered. I'm also finishing my protein smoothie that I made and I will just sit here and continue these masterpieces. I am really not ready to finish those. I think that I don't have too much left on either of these. I am reaching the end and I'm not ready. What am I gonna do with myself when I finish this series? I know that there are so many other books for me to read and I'm super excited to read so many other books, but will something ever compare to the Throne of Glass series? And I was hearing people say that Throne of Glass is their #1 series and that ACOTAR goes second, and I was like, how is this even possible? But now I feel like I'm gonna be one of those people. One of those people that have Throne of Glass as their #1 fantasy series and ACOTAR as their #2. Also, I put a little vase with some fake flowers on my book card. I think it looks very cute. Can you tell? So I put the little vase up here and then I put my TBR jar down there. What do you think? I mean, it's looking pretty empty, but still, I love it. Okay, so let's continue with the books. I think I am currently at Tower of Dawn. Yes, I am in the middle of a chapter at Tower of Dawn and something super exciting happened at Empire of Storms the last time that I picked up this book. 2 characters kissed and I was waiting for these 2 characters to kiss and for something to happen between them, and I think that I'm freaking obsessed with them. There are so many good couples in these books. I'm telling you, there are so many good couples. I'm just living my best life just reading about all these fictional characters. So let's continue.